Good morning. Good morning. This is Rogers Veen here. We're doing the live today. Thank you all for those who join me. We do start here around 10 a.m. on Tuesdays, and I have got some questions in this week. I just want to say good morning to everyone. I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. We have a lot of things going on in our world today, especially in this country. I don't want to let that go unnoticed as I am an African American man and I do stand for the complete and utter eradication of every racial injustice that we have experienced. And I look forward to any legislations or changes that needs to come from that. However, my area of expertise here is focused on the enhanced professional lifestyles of people. And I want to say right now that one of the main things we can all do, even if we're not going out, making donations and walking the streets, those things are great. Absolutely wonderful things to do to support the cause. But one of the main things we can all do is enhance ourselves, especially professionally, economically, education wise. Let's become powerful. Let's become knowledgeable. Let's become an economic force. And we will definitely be in position to not only make the changes that we want, but to make sure that changes don't change ever again. All right, with that being said, the focus today, as you can see from the screen I'm sharing with you guys, is job hunting and moving to a new state. Last week, I received a lot of questions about this particular topic, so I want to make sure I address this. So again, thank you guys for joining. And of course, I love to hear from you if you're watching live right now, or if you're going to watch this recording. Don't be shy. Please let us know your name, where you're from, what do you do professionally, and also let me know if you ever worked with a career coach before, and if you have any questions around what exactly a career coach does. Just a quick note on that. You have coaches for sports, you have coaches for every other major event. You have voice coaches with people who sing, dance coaches with people who dance. So basically, if you want to master something, you get with someone who can walk you through the ropes of the best practices so you become great at it. You should do the same thing with your career, and that is what a career coach should be doing for you. And that's definitely what we do here at My Digital Self Career Coaching Agency. Now, so please reach out to us. Go to our website at mdself.com. Check us out on Facebook and as well as Instagram. The information is here. And I welcome you guys to join with me and connect with me on LinkedIn and Rogers Veen. All right. Thank you so much for that. Of course, our flagship offers our resume and coaching services offer. If you go to mdself.com, just go to the very top where it says the resume service portal. It also includes a full career coaching package. You're going to get the career coaching. We're going to do career discovery and definition. So you have your full profile. You're going to have resume marketing. We're going to show you how to market your resume and all the major sites to make sure your resume has your presence. We're going to do interview preparation. So you are prepared and ready to step into that room and get whatever role that you want with power and with confidence. You're going to get all of that, as well as be a part of the My Digital Self community through our Facebook page and those who will follow us there and share information. If you watch this video to the end, of course, we'll provide a special discount code so you can, as a thank you from us for watching this video and become a part of our listenership. So definitely appreciate. So it's worth it to watch the video to the end. And we have these last bit of housekeeping things here. This is our engagement agreements for those who are watching the show. You can pause the video, go back and watch this. I'm not going to go over this in detail, but this is something I want to make sure that we're on the same page with. Thank you for that. And now let's dive into the questions. All right. So first question I have here is, what recommendations do you suggest for those looking for a job in different states? Now, there are a few different things, and I did some research so that, I can give, so it's not just me off the top of my head. I want to know, okay, what are the employers out there that are hiring people for different roles coming from another state doing, which is something I personally have went through myself. I applied for a job that was in Texas while living in Louisiana, so I've done this process myself. So what recommendation do I have? Actually, I have several. First off, you want to be sure that you do the research in the area that you are looking to move to, in the state that you're looking to move to. The place you're going is going to have a completely different culture to it. In the professional world, as most likely it definitely will, especially you moving from coast to coast or from north to south. And then the Midwest has its own flavor to it as well. So you're gonna have a whole new crop of, not just a whole new crop of people, but an entire culture difference. And you need to try to learn as much about that as possible. Um, One of the first things I would do is to not just research the city, is demographics. What is it known for? What things that particular area is known for? Um, the composition of people that live there, medium income level areas, all of that. Do the research. That a lot of stuff is available on the federal websites. And if you need a list of those, put that into the chat, and I'll drop the link to those resources so you can have access to that. And then start building your network. You're on LinkedIn, which is a powerful tool. Facebook is more of on a personal side, but focusing on a professional side, I would definitely start connecting with a lot of other professionals, recruiters, HR directors, people that are in the business of interacting with new people that's coming into the city. I would even reach out to the city office itself and say, oh, how do you go about onboarding and orientating new people that are moving into your city? So just to establish a presence before you even set foot out there. Also, from a time perspective, you want to make sure that you are applying for these jobs months in advance. I'm not saying 6 months, because sometimes you apply for a job in 6 months and somebody want to snatch you up within the first couple of weeks of you submitting your resume for a role. They may not want to wait for you that long. So the sweet spot is kind of anywhere between 3 to 4 months for you to start hitting the pavement hard digitally, to start applying for a lot of roles out there. And um, in my coaching package, I show you exactly how you can effectively market your professional profile and your resume digitally, so you don't have to be do a lot of travel back and forth. Speaking on travel back and forth, I would do a couple of trips to the place that you're going to if you're not already familiar with it, and maybe even if you are, because you can go to a place with a one mindset, well, I'm just visiting, but it's a whole different mindset if you go to that place knowing, hey, I'm about to live here. So you may want to do that at least one personal trip to kind of check things out for yourself, drive around, see how it is, maybe jump into traffic and feel that, because traffic between one spot to one spot could be completely different. Another thing is that you should also, from a professional standpoint, if you're going to be doing a lot of interviews, let's say you are getting hits, then I would suggest that you, especially with face-to-face interviews, is what I mean. They do a lot of interviews virtually, especially with COVID. So this may not be as big of a deal. But if you do have to do face-to-face interviews, then I would try to schedule those kind of back to back to back. So if you take a trip out there, you can hit those interviews kind of all at one time in succession, so you can limit the amount of travel you have to do back and forth as you're doing your transition. Also, you want to ask if you could do your interviews virtually. That would be great. Another thing is you want to see if the company would cover your travel expenses. When I made my move from Louisiana to Texas, the company covered my travel expenses. They covered the truck. They even helped me with temporary housing for the first few months when I moved over here. So there could be some opportunity that you can kind of limit some of the costs that you're having for your move. Now, when we talk about costs, another thing is that if you're going to be making this move and you don't have a job line locked up just yet, then you want to make sure that you start really bulking up your savings to make sure you can buffer yourself just in case things don't work as fast as you would like for them to work. So I would say about anywhere between 4 to 6 months worth um, of savings, so you can kind of have that cushion just in case, again, things may not move as fast as you would like, which would not be as much a reflection upon you as a marketable professional, but it could just be the market itself that is dictating the timeline it takes for you to get your new role. Um, let's see my research that I have here. You want to, again, start networking online. We talked about that. You want to try to check out a list of companies that you are interested in working with, and start in networking with people that work there already. Connect with them on LinkedIn. Start sharing information. Learn. Hey, I have a couple questions about the place where you're working. If you don't mind sharing, you'd be surprised what you can learn about a place from someone before you even work there. That's another thing I've done in the past. That's how I was able at one point to be able to not work at one job and take another job, because I talked to several people at the job, one of the jobs I was considering, and they told me about a lot of things that was happening at that time, which wasn't the most advantageous situation to deal with. So it helped me make my decision as far as which place I was going to go work at that time at one point in my career. So that's another thing that you can definitely look into doing. Uh, set up automated job alerts. A lot of times you're not going to have time to be scouring the internet looking for roles. So you want to make sure you set up some job alerts so that's specific to the area, so you can find out about roles that are coming available. Definitely make contact with recruiters that recruit for jobs in that area. Recruiters are your friends. Connect with them, share your information, let them know that you're looking to make that move, and they can give you a lot of additional information as far as the type of roles that are available for you in your industry for where you're going. Okay, I think I gave more than a few recommendations for people looking for jobs in different states here. I'm going to go to the next question. All right, next question is, how do I make myself marketable in new states? And again, it kind of builds on some of the stuff that I've already mentioned. Getting to know those recruiters, networking with people that work out there, making the trip, um, making the trip both personally, professionally, line up your interviews in succession in 1 day, 2 day, 3 day stints, so you can limit the travel, but at the same time, you can show yourself to be physically available if that's an option for you. Um, there's even been times, and this may sound like a lot, but there's even been times where companies will actually help pay for you to come out to do the interview. I wouldn't ask them to suggest that, but don't be shocked if there's opportunity to say, hey, especially for some of the higher level roles, for senior level roles, if you're going for a managerial role and above, executive level role, that they will actually help with the travel for interviewing for the job as well. So that's not an impossibility. Also, you want to make some edits to your resume as far as the address line. I think they may have a question about that next, as far as um, so you can let people know, hey, soon to be, show it to be soon to be located in XYZ city, because your information, whether it be your online profile and your resume, is going to have your current city on it, and that could take your application or your consideration and kind of put it on the side, and you don't want them to do that. So I would I would go as far as making sure that is actually listed or emboldened somewhere on your profile, and definitely on your resume, that soon to be a resident of XYZ city and state, so people know that you're going to be local pretty soon. And that would be another question I would ask if I was working with a client. How soon are you looking to make this move? If they're going to be moving next week, you got to start making these changes ASAP, quick, as in like 3 months ago. If it's 6 months off, you know, don't don't have a non feeling of urgency. Start doing your research. That's what you need to be doing your research. You may not submit a resume until 2 months later from 6 months out, hitting that 4 month mark that I mentioned earlier. But you absolutely want to start doing your research so you can get to know that area and the people that are in it, and understand the landscape before you get out there. All right. And yeah, there is a question here. Should I change the address on my resume to an address to that state? Unless I, the issue that I would have with this being on the hiring manager side will be if they're looking to bring someone on fairly soon, and they say, oh, okay, on your resume, it says that you're 6 blocks away, or you're 20 minutes away. Hey, instead of doing a virtual call, why don't you meet us here? Okay. And we can talk. And then you say, no, I haven't moved there yet. They could feel a little betrayed in that part of the conversation, depending on the person that you're talking to, whether it be the recruiter or the person doing a direct hire at the company itself. So while I wouldn't suggest you change the actual address, I would suggest that you have an additional entry that says soon to be a resident of XYZ place. So they know you're making a transition. For those who fear that something like this could make you not qualified for the role, I wouldn't worry about that as much, honestly, because what they want is value. They want somebody that's going to come in and do the job well and and perform at an excellent level. And with that being said, if you coming from Timbuktu, as long as your transition is not going to negatively affect the hiring process for them, honestly, mature organizations are not going to care. Immature organizations, you don't want to really work there anyway. Well, if you're not local here already, been here already, then then I don't know if they had that thought process in today's age where people move around a whole lot in all phases and all industries, then that's not a place that's really going to be that progressive. And I'm not sure that'll be a good fit for you regardless. So I wouldn't worry about that, but also you want to make sure that the information as far as you moving to that area is readily available. Okay. And with that, that is the questions I have. Today's focus was, moving to a new state. Hopefully, this information was beneficial to you. I definitely enjoyed talking about it, seeing that this is also a part of my professional journey that I experience. If you have any questions for me directly, you can reach out to me at coach@mdself.com. Again, you connect with me on LinkedIn. I love to connect with valuable and forward moving people, solution minded people. So that is a and also you can drop your questions in the chat. I do get to see the questions in the chat. And if I get a lot of questions around one particular area, then I will focus the entire video towards that particular concept like I did today. Thank you so much for watching me today on here live. This is I'm doing this Facebook Live, but if you're watching this in a different venue, thank you for watching this video. Regardless, I am extremely happy and to be able to provide anything to you. So thank you for watching this episode and let you know that I have not forgot my promise. Here is the come on now, there you go. There's the discount code. So this is the discount code I promised for the resume and coaching services package that's on mdself.com. The discount code is MDS-video-2020. Go ahead, jump out there, take advantage of that. I would love to work with you. One of my other agents or myself would love to work with you. So we'd be happy to do that. And with that, I just want to say again, thanks for watching. It has been my pleasure to be your coach today. And again, this is Rogers Bean with Career Coach Talk. And here's the music. If I can find it.